Brothers and sisters of Africa, the story I tell you today begins not with wealth, not with foreign power, not with imported machines, but with a simple truth. Dignity is born from our own hands. For generations, we were told that Africa cannot build, that Africa cannot innovate, that Africa cannot dream beyond the chains placed upon us. They enslaved our ancestors, they stole our resources, and then they poisoned our minds with lies. You are too weak, too poor, too backward. But today, those lies collapse before our eyes, because Ibrahim Traoré is proving them false. Imagine a car not made in foreign factories, not sold at impossible prices, not imported with debt and humiliation, but crafted from the very soil of Africa. Wood from our land, skill from our youth, vision from our leaders. These wooden cars are not toys, not decorations. They are symbols of resistance. Each wheel turns with the rhythm of freedom. Each frame carries the weight of courage. When Ibrahim Traoré gives these cars to ordinary people, he is not giving just transportation. He is giving hope. He is giving proof that Africa can move forward with its own strength. Think of the mother who drives her children in one of these cars. She does not see wood and wheels. She sees pride. Think of the farmer who carries his harvest to the market. He does not see a vehicle. He sees the end of humiliation. Think of the young boy who watches one of these cars pass by. He does not just see a machine. He sees his future limitless and unchained. This is more than innovation. It is liberation. For too long, the world wanted us to beg, to depend, to remain silent. But now, with every car built, we send a message louder than bombs. Africa will never kneel again. Ibrahim Traoré's wooden cars are not just cars. They are the first sparks of a fire that will burn away the chains of colonialism and dependency forever. When we speak of progress, the world expects us to point to foreign aid, to foreign factories, to foreign investors. But Ibrahim Traoré rejects this dependency. His wooden cars speak with a voice louder than speeches. Africa builds for Africa. For decades, imported second-hand cars symbolized our humiliation. They arrived broken, rusted, discarded from the roads of Europe and America, yet sold to us at high prices. We drove them not with pride, but with the weight of insult. But today, when wooden cars made in Africa roll across African soil, we erase that humiliation. These cars are not perfect by Western standards. They are not covered in luxury, nor powered by billion-dollar engines. But their value is not in appearance, it is in meaning. A wooden car crafted by African hands is more powerful than the most expensive imported machine. Why? Because it is ours. Because it represents the birth of independence. Think of the symbolism. Wood, one of the oldest materials of humanity, shaped into modern vehicles. It is a bridge between history and destiny, a declaration that Africa does not need to wait for permission to create. The West builds weapons, bombs, and prisons, but Africa builds wooden cars. And in this act, we choose life over death, unity over division, dignity over humiliation. Critics will laugh. They will mock. Wooden cars? What a joke. But where were they when African children walked barefoot to school? Where were they when mothers carried loads on their heads for miles? Where were they when farmers had no means to carry harvests? They were silent then. Now they speak because they fear the truth. Africa has awakened. This is not about a car. It is about courage. It is about rejecting dependency. Every car built by Ibrahim Traoré is a blow against the system that wants us weak. Every car given to the people is proof that revolution begins not with guns, but with creation. Wooden cars are our quiet rebellion, our loudest answer to centuries of insult. They tell the world, we will no longer beg. We will build. Brothers and sisters, let us look deeper. These wooden cars are not simply a project of one man. They are a statement to the entire world that Africa is alive. For too long, our enemies wanted us to remain dependent, scattered, and weak. They flooded our markets with imported cars, forcing us to believe that mobility was a luxury reserved for the rich. They created systems where progress was chained to foreign companies, where our governments bowed for loans, and where our people were made to feel small. But wooden cars break this chain. They roll across our streets as proof that even with little, we can achieve much. Understand this. Every car is a classroom. When young Africans see these vehicles, they learn that engineering is not foreign, that innovation is not unreachable, that courage is not optional. Each wooden car is a teacher whispering, "You are capable. You are strong. You are the future." This is why these cars matter far beyond transportation. They are tools of education, empowerment, and national pride. Critics will say, these cars are small, they cannot compete with global giants. But the answer is clear. Revolutions do not begin with perfection. Revolutions begin with sparks. Just as Asia once began with simple factories and today leads the world in industry, so too will Africa rise. The wooden car is our spark. Imagine the unity these cars can inspire. From Dakar to Lagos, from Bamako to Kinshasa, the message will spread. If we can build this, we can build anything. Wooden cars become wheels of solidarity, carrying not just passengers, but an entire dream of an Africa that refuses to kneel. And let us not forget the dignity they restore to ordinary people. No longer must a farmer wait for broken imports. No longer must a mother pray for handouts. No longer must a child believe that progress belongs to foreigners. Wooden cars tell every African family, progress belongs to you. Dignity belongs to you. The future belongs to you. This is why Ibrahim Traoré's vision is not about cars alone. It is about shaking the spirit of Africa awake, proving that our destiny is in our hands, and sending a message to the world. Africa is no longer silent. Africa is moving, and no one can stop us. The revolution of wooden cars is not measured in horsepower or luxury. It is measured in dignity, independence, and courage. Ibrahim Traoré's act is not about competing with billion-dollar industries. It is about declaring that Africa refuses to remain chained. Every car is a banner, every wheel a drumbeat, every road a battlefield where dependency is defeated and self-reliance is born. Understand this well. Our enemies are not afraid of the wood or the design. They are afraid of the idea. They fear a continent that no longer waits for permission. They fear a people who realize that progress is not bought, it is built. Wooden cars terrify them because they whisper a dangerous truth. If Africa can build this, Africa can build anything. This project is not just for Burkina Faso. It is for all of Africa. It tells Ghana, Nigeria, Mali, Congo, Kenya, and beyond, rise up. Do not wait for handouts. Do not wait for scraps. Build with your own hands. Dependence was always the weapon used against us. But now, we are turning that weapon into ashes. And to our youth, listen carefully. These cars are yours. They are not just transportation. They are proof that you are the builders of a new Africa. For too long, you were told that your generation is lost. But the truth is clear. You are the generation of rebirth. Every nail hammered into these cars is a reminder that nothing is impossible for African hands. Critics will continue their hypocrisy. They will say, why wooden cars? Why not modern machines? But I ask them, where were you when mothers cried under open skies? Where were you when fathers walked for miles with no vehicle? Where were you when children were denied the dignity of comfort? They were silent then, but loud now, because they fear Africa's awakening. Brothers and sisters, history teaches us this. No empire lasts forever. No colonizer rules forever. No oppressor controls forever. But a people who dare to build, who choose unity over division, who refuse to bow, that people is eternal. Wooden cars are not an end. They are a beginning. From them will come planes, trains, industries, and cities. So let the world laugh. Let them mock. Let them doubt. But we will continue to build. Because this is not about wood. This is about fire. The fire of dignity. The fire of resistance. The fire of Africa's rebirth.